What's up?
This is Confessions of a Co-Parent, the podcast where we get real about parenthood and navigating life after love. We are the Co-Parent Goals.
I'm Cedric.
And I am Devorah.
And each and every episode, we're coming in strong. We're giving you all the raw and uncut, all about co-parenting.
And of course, your anonymous confessions. This is Confessions of a Co-Parent. Let's get it. So let's do a quick check-in. How are you feeling today?
Man, I'm tired.
Exhausted.
Pooped.
Tired every day.
Yeah, I mean, I think mentally and physically, I'm just tired. It's just been a long week. Long week. But guess what? We still got a co-parent. You know what I'm saying?
We still got to do the things.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. I'm just here.
I think at some point, like when we check in, like our statuses are pretty much gonna be
the same.
it's gonna
tired.
be the same thing.
Niggas stay tired.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm
we tired every day.
Week 19, tired. Like they just they do the opposite of don't get tired.
Well, maybe one day I'll say something else.
Maybe, but until then, like we already know what he's gonna do.
Great.
Yeah.
Greatly tired.
Now that'll throw me off.
Tired
I'm like,
greatly.
I'm tired greatly. I mean, I'm
exhausted tiredly.
Like I'm amazingly tired. You hear me? No, but that's it. Nothing's been going on, man. Just
the same stuff.
Yeah, the same stuff.
Going to work, coming home.
Each and every day, all you try to do is hope that you can lay in your bed a little earlier than the previous day. And then sometimes, like when you get in the bed, you still up. Like I think, even last night, I laid in the bed at 11, then go sleep until 2:30, 3.
But so what was you doing between that time, between 11 and 2:30?
Sports betting.
Do you ever just sit on Instagram and scroll?
I don't like
is betting like scrolling for you?
Kind of.
It's like a filler.
It's kind of like relaxing to me. Like,
right.
So it's like, I don't know, maybe I get a rush out of toggling between like Google and like Safari.
I do the same. I sit on my phone, like I'm so exhausted. And then the moment I get in bed, I'm trying to go to like, ooh, let me do this. Let me look at my phone one before. It's almost like a reward.
Yep.
Because I don't actually sit on social media like that. Like I don't scroll. I don't watch people's stories. I don't do any of that. But now, and it's not even that I'm scrolling. I'll get on there and like, I'll create some reels or a quick little snippet of my day. And so that's fun for me. So it's like my little reward. But it's like, girl, you exhausted. You're going to use your extra 30 minutes to do
your last little piece of IQ that
Absolutely.
you got. But you know what I do too? And maybe I'm getting old, but I like creating carts and never executing them.
Oh, see, I don't like to do that.
Like I go on Saks Fifth and I'll be like, because I think it's, so I used to have buyer's remorse and I used to be an impulsive shopper.
You were.
So now what I do is I'll go and I'll just find stuff that I like and then just let it sit there. But then the next day I'll be like, man, I don't need this stuff. So that's really what's been helping me not buy as much stuff. I'll create a whole cart, shoes, shirts, all that, and I won't buy it.
Wow.
Sometimes I may press send, but not all the time.
But
like that's what I do. Like that's all. Oh, and I've been reading a lot more too. I've been reading a lot more. So one book is As a Man Thinketh, and then there's another book that allows you to plan out your day 369 days of the year.
Yeah.
And each and every day you wake up, you actually add like a milestone. So you can add quantitative and qualitative type like measurables.
Yeah.
And throughout the day, you go back and you reference it and you can check it off if you did it. If you didn't, it got to roll over. So the objective of the book is to basically make you increase your time awareness and your time efficiency.
Right.
So if you finish with all your tasks in one day, you can move on. But the objective is to be able to plan your task out a few days ahead and then knock all that stuff out. So then you end up having a few days where you don't have anything to do.
So I was listening to this other podcast earlier this week, and it was talking about the how we don't make to-do lists, we make wish lists. And what we put on our to-do list is actually very unrealistic of the time that we actually have to complete things. Do you block off your, like if you say this is my to-do list, are you assigning your list with times? Yeah,
so my to-do list, typically I'll give myself 2 hours, 3 hours to complete it during the day.
Complete what?
Like the task. But
so
anything over...
You mean the task or all your tasks?
Multiple tasks.
So you don't assign it to a time. You just say, from 9 to 12, I'm working. I'm
correct.
completing my to-do list.
Yep.
So you don't assign. So you don't clock off your time.
No.
They say that is the most inefficient way to complete a list.
Really? Well, cheers.
Because especially like people that struggle to focus, because if you be like, okay, I'm gonna go do this, when you go over here, you're gonna start doing something else. But if you say, oh, I am from 9 to 9:30, I'm gonna send in emails. Or
that's what I did earlier.
Yeah.
But so for me, it's hard to assign specific time to task, because if I got a task of 1 through 5, I may start at 5.
I know, because you're not gonna stick to your schedule.
I'm not at all.
Me either. That's the problem. I'm struggling, but I'm working on that.
You seem more organized than me.
I feel like I've become not less organized, but just like the way, like the responsibility, there's just more responsibility. There's more things that I'm carrying that I'm responsible for that I got to do. So it's just learning how to balance it all. And then I'm getting older. My brain is not as sharp. Like I have to remember more things.
Sorry.
Like for real, like this is a lot.
My brain is not as sharp.
Yo, by the time I work out, and then before you know it, Christian's back at home, and I'm like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
I haven't done anything. I'm like at the coffee shop. All I did was buy the coffee and sit down and open my laptop. I'm like, this has got to stop. So I'm really cracking down on it.
You may need some medicine.
I've been taking I've been taking supplements. I already take that.
Ashwagandha is
But
good.
what about that? Have you ever heard of that? It's like a mushroom. It's not drugs. It's literally like a vitamin that you can get from like a store, just like you would buy vitamin C, vitamin B. It's like some type of focus.
I ain't never heard of that.
Yeah, it's a supplement.
I never heard of that.
Yeah. It's just a vitamin. It's not like drugs. It's just like you know how people are making like the mushroom coffee?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but it's just in a tablet form.
That's an opportunity for us to make some money. You could be the co-parent energy.
We definitely need some energy, because you're a co-parent. You need a whole bunch of energy.
Man.
If you got kids in general,
I'm struggling right now.
Exactly.
You are hilarious.
Anyway, let's hurry to get to
I've known you for 20 years, and I didn't know you was this funny. You are
say that
funny.
every time we record a podcast. That's interesting. Let's go ahead and get to the point of today's conversation before Cedric falls asleep.
I'm not gonna fall asleep. I'm good.
Especially not because we're talking about money.
Oh yeah.
We're talking about money. We're talking about finances. We're talking about like, what are the parameters? How does finances tie into co-parenting? Whew. Loaded question.
It ain't gonna be no joke. Okay. You gotta have money to keep the peace. All right. If you were broke baby daddy, I feel sorry.
You gotta have money to get the honey.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying?
If you were broke baby daddy, I'm sorry for you, sadly. Hello. Yeah. But yeah, no, all jokes aside, money is not everything, but money is everything.
It is.
Okay?
It literally can get,
I just said something.
You did.
But like, all jokes aside, if you broke, you gonna be in trouble. That's just what it boils down to. I think money has a huge influence. If you guys can get along together, and your co-parent know that you got that bag, I think it will make the entire, and I love this word, it'll make the entire ecosystem a lot easier to deal with.
It does work that way, but what about when you don't? Because like, let's talk about two different phases. Let's talk about when we first started co-parenting.
Yeah, you're screwed.
And then let's talk about like, you know, having a little control over things. So like, what were the difficulties when the finances were not necessarily established on either one of our part?
It was just hard paying rent. And then like, she used to cook this, what was it?
We not talking about when we were together.
Oh no, I thought you were.
We need to get one of them little mushrooms.
Oh man.
Focus. Oh.
All right, so I think it just makes your co-parenting situation a lot harder when you don't have your finances in order. I think And I always like to refer back to our situation because I think because we're in the position that we're in now, it makes things a lot easier. Because if you're already a co-parent and you can't get along, communication's horrible, and you don't have any money, you guys are doomed.
But just like
there's no hope.
Again, because a lot of people don't think that there are these overlapping pieces of marriages, like people that are parenting who are married together, and then people who are co-parenting and raising a kid together. Like, you still have to be able to have that line of communication when it comes to money. You know what I'm saying?
You do.
Like, either way.
Yep.
Either way.
I just think I think it's also a touchy. Well, I guess if you were a co-parent, you were with the person, so you know if they are kind of financially stable or not.
Right.
To like a certain degree, but I still think. I just think money solves a lot of stuff. I mean, it doesn't solve everything, but it solves a lot of stuff. If you're a co-parent and you got money, I think you'll be in a good situation. For one, if you ain't got money, you're gonna be on child support and you gonna end up going to jail. So you need to have some money.
Why are you giving like all of these worst case scenarios? I said finances and you started talking about broke, because finances and co-parenting it's just interesting where your brain went.
No, it went to the right place.
It's interesting.
Why?
Because it's like, okay, co-parenting and finances could be more so about like who's responsible for what, or
that is true.
Like talking about responsibility, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm thinking finances, either you got it or you don't. That's what it boils down to.
That's what I'm saying. That's funny that your brain.
That's crazy. That shows how
if you ain't got no money, then you doomed. Like, where is the hope and the inspiration for people?
Hey, that shows how we think different. Because I was just like, if you ain't got no money, but you in trouble.
And that's why. That's why
what?
We co-parents.
Oh yeah. Duh.
But it also works because you're thinking about that end and I'm thinking about this end, so we cover the whole spectrum of things.
That's crazy because like when you said it, I was like, oh, that could be a possibility. But I was just like, if you don't have it, you just don't have it.
And then what do you do when you don't have it? Because there was a season where we didn't have it.
You better get that black phone out. That's I'm telling you. See, I don't know, and I don't want to. I need to knock on wood or something, but I don't know what it feels like to not either have it or not know how to get it.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to even answer a question or even comment on something like that because I typically like to comment on stuff that I can experience. I experienced poverty and I've experienced being broke, but I've always got a plan of action. Like when I was younger, I didn't have it. Paper routes, doing just odd jobs and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So when the question arises of what do you think about finances, my immediate response is either you got it or you don't. But to your point, it could be looked at differently. So who pays for what?
Who pays for what?
Whenever a person doesn't have it, what do? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whoop-dee-doo.
But then also a lot of co-parents are like, they're dealing with the system. So like the support, child support and all that stuff.
Being in the system is horrible. But then again, if you don't have, and let me tell you how messed up the structure is. Mm-hmm. If you get put on child support, regardless of how good or bad of a daughter you are, I mean, good or bad of a father you are,
right?
If you can't pay it, they lock you up.
And if you pay it, it still doesn't guarantee that you're going to see your child.
No, but like that is true.
But expound on that, like. And I'm saying, I mean, you ain't asked me no questions from a woman. Because you act like you're trying to pretend to cry. Oh, but man. You haven't asked me, or maybe you'll have a question for me.
I will have a question for you.
You know.
What would you do if you had a child with a guy and he didn't have his finances in order? So not from the perspective of where I came from, either you have it or you don't. But
because at one point you didn't.
You're right. You absolutely right.
But we still ended up here. It was fine. Like we figured it out.
That's the beauty of it. Right. And that's why I was saying to you before, that's why my brain went there. Like when I think of finances, either you got it or you don't. But to your point, I didn't have it, but I was working on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
and then I think in a previous conversation we were talking about flexibility. So then it's like when it comes to finances, some people have the structure in place because this is what works best for them. So it made more sense for them to go to a system, have somebody put something in order, or you're divorced, so everything is naturally going to be in writing or whatever. So like. That's a thing. But then there are some people who have not gone through the system or they're trying to navigate alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a real thing, too.
Yeah.
Where you're able to be flexible in the space. But my point for bringing up the previous conversation is because we have a level of flexibility, the same way that we have flexibility in our schedules, Cedric, if you don't wake up,
I'm up.
your eyes blinking slow.
No, I'm up. I'm up. I am up. I told you that Benadryl is still in my system. Like, you know,
And them tacos that you just ate.
I ate 4. Was it 4 or 6?
Anyway, so again, the flexibility as far as the scheduling, it can work for you too. It can work against you, and it can also work for you, even in instances where it relates to money.
Yeah.
Because if you have a system in place between you and your co-parent where y'all have a healthy form of communication, if just say you gonna be late on the payment, or just say I'm gonna be late on the payment, because sometimes women pay child support, or rarely, or if I need extra help with something. You know what I'm saying? It's so like the flexibility that we leave is the flexibility that we have for ourselves when it comes up. So I don't know, like that works for some people, and sometimes it's just the structure is a lot more efficient. And I know I'm just thinking about all the people that's gonna listen to this and be like, "Girl, dang, da 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 da," because it sounds unrealistic, but in some cases it can work. It's the communication.
You all I say is that you're a tough cookie.
What?
Because for our conversation that we had earlier, you were saying 95%.
But then when I was thinking about it, first of all, that's a side conversation, Cedric, and nobody that's listening to this is gonna know what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But
should we tell them?
But since we're here, why are you trying? We're talking about money, and you trying to tell them my business.
No, I'm not.
So, but just a side note, and then we're gonna move on to the confession. When I think about, I said 85 to 90% for a person that I'm dating, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta think though. I told you that I have a tendency to lower my acceptance of things that I know that I said that I wanted.
That jeopardizes your peace.
That jeopardizes my peace. So the fact that I'm already lowering something that I would accept consistently, I'm saying 85 to 90 for me, that's what I would accept. So really it's probably not that high, because I've already lowered my standard to like accept some things about this space.
So it should have been 100.
No, it probably was lower than that, is what I'm saying. Like why would I need to be doing this if you're at a 95?
Yeah.
I'm giving you the extra points because you are valuable to me in some aspect or whatever. So it's not that you need to be perfect. It's just like we're both doing the give and the take.
That's what you're
saying.
saying.
The number already probably was lower anyway. That's a side note. It's not as high as it appears is what I'm saying. But back to the conversation of finances, let's go on to our confession. So we asked you guys to start sending in these confessions from co-parents specifically, because we want to hear from you. We want to hear your stories. We want to hear things and just kind of provide some feedback and have a conversation around it. So here's one.
Let's go.
School just started back, and I had to buy everything: supplies, clothes, shoes. When I asked my co-parent to split the cost, they said child support should cover it. Is that really how it works?
I've been in that situation before. And
with who? Oh, with somebody else?
Yeah.
Shoot. I was gonna say.
Yeah, I was talking about K mom. I think it all depends on your situation. Again, if you're cool with that co-parent and you guys get along, I think you should give her like extra money. But if not,
what do you normally do?
I'm not really asked that. Like,
but what is your responsibility when it comes to school cost? Like, what do you normally cover?
Whatever you tell me to cover.
But so in addition to what you provide for the child per the month, or whatever your obligations are for child support, in addition to you provide extra monetary funds. Correct. For
along with medical, dental, all that.
Right.
And I don't think anything's wrong with that.
No.
Because I think if the money is being used.
Thank you.
All right, I think something wrong with it. Let me go and check. Call my CPA.
Thank you.
Call my CPA.
From Christian.
Yeah, from Dad to Christian.
Thank you. No, that really is very helpful. Like, very helpful. But we gotta talk about that. Side note, I gotta make a note for that.
Here we go.
No, that I think that the problem here is that most men, once they give whatever they're going to give per month, they don't want to cover anything else.
Yeah.
It's like they've already paid.
And I think that's fair to a certain extent.
It depends on what the amount is.
Yeah.
Because I think like if it's like a 1,000 plus, depending on if there are multiple children or whatever,
then that money may not go far.
Then
if it's 4 or 5 kids or something.
Yeah, but if it's one, then that's that you might be able to, like, you might be all right. But it just depends.
1,000 is plenty. It's plenty.
Is it?
I'm saying for somebody else, if they got one kid, Jesus.
He said somebody else, not you.
Oh man, you're funny.
No, so I feel like there are a lot of variables that are going to determine what's okay there.
I agree.
For some people, splitting costs makes sense.
That's touchy.
It is. What's touchy about it?
It's just, I mean, like you said something earlier. If one parent typically has a child the most often,
that's a good point.
If the parent has the child the most often, you want to go 50-50, that parent may not think that that's fair.
But then what about when people want to know exactly where the money is going?
I think that's fair. And I think if there's a certain amount that's going directly to either parent, I think that there should be a way to basically track it. Like even if you put it in a bank account.
Somebody's coming up with something so that they can track that. Or there's like I think that I don't know who they are, but I just read something or saw something on social media. But yeah, so this is a lengthy conversation, but we definitely, I'm sure, will touch back on this at some point in another episode. But that was today's Confession of a Co-Parent. And so we thank you guys for sending those in. If you have more, we want to hear them. So if you have questions, scenarios, comments, or anything of the sort, please send them to us at the Co-Parent Goals in our DMs, and we'll be happy to answer, or send us an email, and the link is in our bio.
And as always, please make sure that you like our video, you follow us on YouTube, and you follow us on any podcast platform at The Confessions of a Co-Parent.
Until
Deuces.
next time. Bye.